What's up, guys? I want to totally welcome you to another episode. This is Intellectual Conversation with Gabriel. And what it amounts to is just something that's really, really interesting. Today, this news that's going on in society, there's a few things very, very pertinent that you might not know that are crazy. And it shows how crazy the times have actually gotten in the likes. But let's start off with something light in the light in nature, not so heavy. But this is a short episode again, keeping the episodes very short and to the point. But the breadth of today's episode is just that, something that doesn't really amount to much in my locality or the likes, because it's already been complimentary. It was in my state, as it is in a few states and the likes. But credit freezes have literally in several states have costed money. $2 to $10 US dollars, so for what it's worth, to freeze your credit, which puts a hold on, the credit bureaus releasing your information to any particular person or any particular company, completely eliminating your ability to get credit or for someone else to get credit in your name, protecting your identity. Oh my gosh, right? So a good thing, especially with the what was the Equifax breach, and the likes, so. Congress is supposedly prospectively passing a bill that's going to make legislation that's going to make it complimentary. So that's very, very good. At the same token, you might think about possibly investing in an actual one of those deals with the actual bureaus. They can actually set you up for maybe $15 or $20 a month, and you can actually turn on and turn off, just with your login credentials, people's access to your credit report and the likes. So if you want to apply for a loan, or you want to apply for credit or the likes, or get a new charge card or credit card, you can totally turn back on your credit, get the card, then freeze it again instantly. So that's different from the credit freeze, but both are viable options. But I think sometimes you get what you pay for, and the actual paid processes is a little bit smoother of a transaction, but nonetheless, whatever works. And now that you can freeze your credit for complimentary via they give you a PIN and the likes, it seems like the process isn't too cumbersome and not too unbearing. So it's very, very cool, and I think this is a very, very good thing. And in this digital world we're living in, it's ultimately very, very imperative that we're able to be in control of our own motherfucking domains. You know what I mean? So for what it's worth, another breadth of conversation is just that. There was the royal wedding. Oh my gosh, an exciting time. I think most of America was watching it. Shoot, man, I think it was at like 7 a.m. in my locality. So I might have caught like a little bit peep show of the reruns, but I'm not really too in depth into the whole ordeal. But I think it's all really, really cool, man. And I think love can be a very, very good thing and a very beautiful thing for what it's worth. But really, with the breadth of today's conversation about the royal wedding was just a funny feat, a funny thing, just to emphasize the opulence of the whole ordeal. The gift bags for the guests that went to the the castle or the likes to see the wedding, totally are popping up on eBay and selling for over at times $10,000 US dollars. So it goes to show, and you're not gonna believe this shit. Let me. I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna read off what was in these bags. Literally, I wrote it down because this is so profound. And they're selling for $10,000. That goes to show the clout of the royal family. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful thing. But in these bags, they contained a wedding program. So that's what's going on in the wedding program. Box of shortbread, cookies, a large chocolate coin, a fridge magnet, and a bottle of water, and 20% discount voucher for Windsor Castle gift shop. And it's going for $10,000. I think some were even bid up, like in the auction styled scenario, bid up to like $36,000. So that's goes to show that people really, really value collector's items and the likes. So that's not something you can't definitely not make money on into the future. But I think a lot of people would just want to have this memorabilia from a keynote cornerstone period in what might be history. So that's very, very cool, I guess. But at the same token, to each his own, right? Hands off on that one. I'm not in that market, but for what it's worth, to each his own, right? But I thought that nothing, like $15. Like I know it's got a royal feel, so all the stuff in it's really classic. But just bare bone what the items are worth is literally like 15, like $25-$45, and it's like literally it's just the clout of the royalty of it, and just the memorabilia of the historical fact or history feature of it. The totally is making it go up to $10,000 on eBay. I would think that there might be people trying to impersonate the bags and the likes. There's a whole market of that. I never understood how people go on eBay and totally like know if they're getting the actual thing or a fake thing, or they're just like, they have like an expert that's like a scientist at deciding if something's real or not. Like I just don't like. It seems risky, man. I think it seems risky, man. But for what it's worth, if you want to pay $10,000 for this memorabilia that's part of history, more motherfucking power to you. More power to you. That's for damn sure. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to talk about was the most important. So this is the breadth of today's conversation, intellectual conversation with Gabriel. And that literally is the House of Representatives voted Tuesday to repeal internet privacy protections. Oh my gosh. So, and Trump is enthused to, the administration is supposedly, prospectively, looking forward to passing the bill. And what this bill will do, if passed, is provide providers, your internet provider, Comcast or whoever your internet provider is, will be able to legally track your data usage, like what websites you go to, all the likes, and then sell that to third-party entities. So they can, so if you go to this site, then they can sell that information. Like if you go to WebMD, which is like a medical site to look up like symptoms and stuff, then they're going to be able to sell that to a third-party entity and realize that this person might be sick, because he's looking up stuff on WebMD, unless he's just infinitely curious, right? So I thought this was a terrible, terrible thing. And if you're listening to this intellectual conversation with Gabriel, I think this is a terrible, terrible disgrace, man. Like I'm a man. I love the idea of privacy, but sometimes it's getting to the point in this society you got to pay for privacy. There is mechanisms around this total lack of privacy that's proposed to come into the future, as far as your data being able to be tracked and sold, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh my gosh, that's terrible disgrace. I hope you. I don't know. You're sure if you totally understand the ramifications of this measure. It's a terrible disgrace. We need privacy, but I guess everything's on the table, and it's totally, privacy is being invaded, so it brings a whole new turn of phrase to the idea that Big Brother is watching, Comcast is watching, AT&T is watching. Oh my gosh, this is a terrible, terrible disgrace, and I'm not really about it, but at the same token, there is a way around it, and I'm going to mention a few of those mechanisms right now. So for what it's worth, there's VPN, which is virtual private network. You want to install a VPN on your computer and the like. So this is a little bit technical, but at the same token, you can also use some third-party download software and the likes that will just alleviate some of the processes and the likes. The two that I'm going to mention is Algo and also Cloak. So for what it's worth, you might want to, into the future, in these next few months, install a VPN on your computer. If you're worried about privacy and the likes, I mean, it's not something to be too worried about, but at the same token, it's still a little bit unfortunate that we have to go to these measures. Some of these are paid services. You have to maybe go with a paid VPN to actually protect your data from being tracked and sold legally. And Trump approves of this. I mean, come on, man. The administration approves of this, and I guess it's supposedly purported to be for protection services or protection of the country or the likes, but. We all need some fucking privacy out here. So, sometimes, all you want back is your motherfucking privacy, So for what it's worth, that's something to look into. And I myself am not an expert in any of this type of VPN network. I don't have one currently installed on my computer, but I know that going forward, I'm gonna have to install one because it's good to keep your information, your data private. And I think it's gonna be well within reason as far as pricing and the likes, to totally keep your data safe, and out of the hands of third-party entities. I know some people aren't worried about this, but the same token, it's not like you're looking at anything crazy, but same token, like, it's just, it just seems wrong, it just seems wrong. So that's why I'm all about that prevention, what is the adage? This is the last thing I'm gonna leave you with. A dose of prevention is worth there's some type of adage like a dose of prevention is worth like 3 remedies or 3 medicines beforehand or something like that, or three medicines afterwards or something like that. You catch the drift. You know what I'm saying. So for what it's worth, we'll talk very, very soon. This has been Intellectual Conversation with Gabriel. I hope I'm coming through clear, loud and clear. Go ahead and follow, like, share, comment, subscribe. Up here, down here. Check out the rest of the videos, and of course, some more unboxings, some more unopenings, some more good information, pivotal information, the best information in the game. So stay tuned. It's been Gabriel Griffin at GabrielGriffin.com. Also, you can find me all over the place. That's the general truth. So we'll talk very, very soon. Again, thank you for checking into Intellectual Conversation with Gabriel. And we'll talk very, very soon. I hope this has been a pleasure because it's been a pleasure for me. Okay, peace.